we need 2 seconds to review Carna4 dog food. Do you have it in you? Can you do that for me? You need treats first? Fine. All right, listen. We are reviewing, by request, Carna4 dog food. Is it good enough for your dog's belly? All right, so Carna4. Let's start with a few negatives, and there are a few. Number one, take a look here. As I pointed out in other videos, I am no fancy big city mathematician, but if you take a look at this, let's round the protein up to 30%. We have fiber, we have the moisture content. It adds up to 60. Well, 60 from 100 leaves 40, so that means that 40% of this food is carbohydrates. If your dog is on a ketogenic diet, this is absolutely not the food for them. 100% not the food. If they, however, are on a low or moderate carb diet, you can get away with it, because I must say that the carbohydrate sources in Carna4 dog food are pretty good. So keep in mind the carb count, and then we go on to the second negative, and that is the omega-3 content. Now, it actually has a decent amount, but on Carna4's website, they talk about how they have a 2-to-1 omega-6 to omega-3 ratio. They point it out as if it's a benefit. However, it is not a benefit. In fact, actually, it's not a benefit at all, because the ratio should be completely inverted. It should be 2-to-1 in favor of omega-3. So when you feed this food, you will have to give your dog an omega-3 fish oil, shaking the camera, an omega-3 fish oil, or a high EPA and DHA fish oil. You can use krill oil, cod liver oil, whatever you want to use. As long as it's human grade, it's made for humans, it'll be good. And to be honest, I give this advice with all dog foods. Even my own homemade dog food, we absolutely add omega-3 oils to everything. Why? They're kind of difficult to get unless they're eating straight fish all the time. And if you have a large dog or you have multiple dogs, feeding an all fish diet is really tough. Now, the good news is that's really the only two negatives they have: the carb content and the omega-3s. What about the positives? Number one, Carna4 dog food, the meat, the ingredients inside are human grade, and this is fantastic. This is what we want. We want human grade foods, because in North America, in Europe, pretty much all over the world, if something is considered human grade, that means they cannot give low quality meats that are spoiled, meats that from animals that died, we don't know how, from sickness, from illness, could be roadkill, and that's what's in actual dog food for the most part. But Carna4 uses human grade, meaning this food could be given to a person without any problems. And those human grade ingredients are cooked at a much lower temperature than most commercial dog foods, which are extruded, meaning they're cooked 4 times at ridiculously high temperatures, which not only kills off nutrients, kills off anything alive in the ingredients, but it also changes the chemical composition of the carbohydrate food. So you get a commercial food, a kibble, that has sweet potatoes and some vegetables that look pretty good as far as carb count goes. It's not the same as when you and I make it in the kitchen for us or for them. It's a completely different carb structure. They're basically giving them white sugar. Luckily with Carna4, they do not do that. On their site, they call it gently baked. It's at a decent temperature. It's not as perfect as doing it at home, but if you have to use a dog food, I would say this is absolutely fantastic. Next, again, those human grade ingredients, mostly the meats, they have goat, they have venison, they have, I believe, beef. You are getting the protein, the muscle protein only, meaning actual meat. So if it says goat, it is goat. It is not goat meal. It is not venison meal. It's not chicken meal. What does that mean? Meal can be protein from any part of the animal, including, say chicken. They'll throw in feathers, beaks, whatever they have lying on the underneath the grate in the butcher shop. Whatever falls through can absolutely be used. Carna4 does not do that. They use actual meats, the full protein. Again, this is a huge point in their favor. Next, the foods actually have enzyme and probiotics, as if you look on the screen now, which is important because not everybody has digestive enzymes, whether you can't afford them or you just don't have them on hand. This is a good way to get them in your dog's system, so they are utilizing every gram of protein, every gram of fish oil and omega-3s, whatever is in there, and they can digest things like the fat more easily. Perfect. Probiotics, Obviously, better for gut health. There's that's what I wanted to address. The carbohydrate source in most of these is sweet potatoes, which is actually a pretty decent because of the fiber in them. Sweet potatoes actually is a decent prebiotic. So now you have probiotics and you're giving them the food they need to populate your pup's microbiome with friendly bacteria. So, what do we give this overall? What do you think? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 paws. We lose 1 only, 4 out of 5. 1 only because of the high carb content. For dogs on moderate to low carb, totally fine. If you are on keto, absolutely not. Okay, 4 paws, we're good. One more last piece. Carna4 is actually family owned. It's a Canadian firm. They use organic meals. So I would say yes, 4 out of 5 paws. Check it out. How does this compare with, say, Visionary pet foods? Well, Visionary is actually, it's made specifically for a keto diet. So if your dog is on keto, check out Visionary. You can check out the review, click the link right above us, or check out the description if you want to make food at home. There are tons of homemade dog food recipes below. Good job. Did we do good today?